We're now live for round 4 Spain in the PSGL F1 League. Welcome to our 0 viewers on stream at the moment. So we'll just wait for people to come in.
That you just got a bit of a, you were about to start laughing then, weren't you? Just
I had
introducing
to
us.
fucking hold it. Sorry, I had to hold it in. I can't swear on it. I'll get sacked as league director. So welcome to the one viewer we've got on stream, which is myself. We'll just wait for more people to come in. I'm sure the stream will be shared on the relevant PSGL channels.
Oh, it'll be bouncing. Absolutely.
Let me just get the stream shared. We do usually get quite a lot of viewers in, so a lot of people looking forward to a bit of Monday night action. When I could be watching the West Ham game, you could be watching the Liverpool game. We're sat here commentating on people we don't really want to commentate on, except Lee Finley, who's with us today. But we will greet you in a moment. We're just going to wait until we get more viewers in. So Teja in the stream, in the comment section, saying hello. Happy days.
Yes, welcome to the stream. A Monday night feast, a banquet of non-stop Formula One racing. A family feast, a bargain bucket, a meal for two, a meal deal. What an evening we are in for, ladies and gentlemen. As the grid fills up nicely, slowly and patiently, as the dirtiest of drivers will be trying to sneak in every extra lap and time trial, saying, "Give me 2 minutes, give me 3 minutes, I'm on my way." We've all been there. We all know the tricks of the trade. And joining us in the commentary box, and also for the outlap during qualifying, is the one, the only crash detective himself, Mr. Lee Finley, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, we'll ask you some questions in a moment. We're just going to wait until we get some more viewers in. We need to respect Lee Finley. We'll forget about the other people on laps. Lee Finley will give us answers to the questions during his hot lap. This man has yet to score a point in the top tier this season. The man from Scotland hoping to overturn the form book. And it'll be interesting to see what this race provides for the Force India driver, whose team owner is now behind bars.
Yeah, he's been. They raided his house late in the night and said, "Wake up, Mr. Vardia, Mr. Malia. You're coming on the plane, and we're getting you out of here." And the pressure, obviously, coming out of this event is that Lee Finley, the lead Force India driver, is going to have to perform.
Yeah, I mean, there's question marks over the future of his career in the top tier. Obviously the powers that be have been evaluating his performance, and they might be knocking on his door next and saying time to pack your bags and go. So Lee Finley definitely got a lot to prove here tonight. Definitely the driver under the spotlight for this race. Last week, the featured driver, I think it was Big C. The week before that, we had Ash Best and Leon. So Lee Finley making a name for himself. This is publicity that drivers like Lee Finley would just milk it for all it's worth.
Absolutely. He'll need some good points tonight, because I'm pretty sure himself will be looking for a nice, comfortable sleep. I'm not expecting the police to knock on the door at 3, 4 in the morning, disturbing his moment of rest post-race.
No, totally. And Tej, I think we should ask Lee Finley a few questions. Just before the race, about his season. I know you had some hard-pressing questions, so I'll let you ask them.
Oh, yeah, thank you, Owen. Yeah, I'll just try and find those. So, Lee, this season for yourself, it's obviously been a bit of a disappointment. As we turn now into round 4, starting the mid-season, the European season, what do you believe that is in your control that you can do to turn around this season?
Just to not crash. don't get any damage, and just keep it on the road, and just hopefully hopefully you can get up to some sort of pace, because the first 3 races have not been very good. So hopefully I can turn it around here.
Do you have any words of hope and optimism that the Force India fans in pink can cling on to and hope going ahead into this race?
Oh, we'll just have to wait and see. They'll be cheering on Yarno, because Yarno's looking very fast here, my teammate. So at least if we don't do well, then they can cheer on Yarno.
Tom, I had some questions. Sorry, for Lee Finley, and I was just wondering, how does it feel emotionally when you've been coming into these races and not leaving with any points? Is it emotionally draining? How does it feel?
It's tough to say. Like, obviously, I've been switching to the wheel. So I would say, like, from Bahrain to Brazil, I've been making progress, but obviously I would like to make more progress. So it's a little bit frustrating that I just keep on making the odd mistake here and there, but at least for the entertainment wise, when every week so far you've been taking the mick out of me, at least it keeps the streams entertaining.
Any publicity is good publicity.
Indeed.
Just got one more question for yourself, Lee. Obviously, a big entourage will come over from Scotland with the pink kilts today, cheering you on down the home stand. We looked to the garage earlier on, and we saw David Moyes there. The rumour is that he's been hired to be your motivational coach. Is there any words of encouragement coming from David Moyes ahead of this evening's race?
Sorry, repeat that. I didn't catch the last part.
David Moyes has been hired as your motivational coach, so we can see him just down in the garage at the moment wearing the Pink Force India Cans headset. Is there any words of motivation from David Moyes that he's passed across to you from his success being a football manager? Has he been able to pass anything on?
He's just telling me to just keep it on the road, just keep it clean, and if I do well enough, then I can get some points. So David Moyes will be cheering me on tonight. Just I'll hear the bagpipes going, which will always help, because I love pipe music. So hopefully that'll help.
Well, David Moyes is incredibly pragmatic, and that advice sounds just like it. Keep it out of the walls, keep the car clean, and bring it home.
Indeed.
So we're just going to wait
like an expectant father waiting for the full haul of 3 points.
Exactly. Keep the clean sheet, don't get any corner cutting penalties, and it could be your day, Lee. So we're hoping to see you come out of the garage. We haven't got many viewers on stream tonight. I think people just don't want to see it tonight.
No, people just don't listen to Lee Finley. It's not fair. We get somebody like Lee Finley comes onto the show, and the viewers think, "Oh no, I'm not watching his lap." But no, not at all. We're delighted to have you, Lee. We're absolutely delighted to have you with us as the first leg of the European season of PSGL Formula 1 gets underway.
Exactly, under the basking sunshine here at Catalonia, and your championship leader, it's VSR Blizzard. Now, if we turn our attention back a couple of seasons ago, in season 20, Blizzard and Ashbest had one hell of a coming together, which was quite controversial, and it saw Ashbest being denied what would have been a fantastic race victory. But another man making headlines for all the wrong reasons in PSGL F1, it's Lee Finley, and he is with us at the moment, and he will be taking us through a lap on board. He'll be commentating on the lap on board, talking about the car, the tyres, how he feels, and looking at dry conditions as Manuel Pellegrini marches down the touchline at the London Stadium. It's former West Ham manager here tonight, prowling around in the Force India garage, looking to offer some advice to Lee Finley.
Well, you can call me Pastor Maldonado if you like. Yeah, so I'm just going out now. Just going out in a set of mediums.
How's it feel emotionally when you're coming out of the garage in such heat? You know, can you feel it on your visor?
Oh, of course, definitely.
Alright. So Lee Finley coming out of the garage here in the Sahara, India. Well, look at him coming out of the pit lane. There's a massive gaggle of cars. You know, a lot of toxic fumes, Lee. You know, how do you get through that? You know, what are you looking at the moment?
Just looking at the track. Just go around turn 3 through into turn 4. Don't really know the names of the corners here, but just warming up.
1 and 2.
How's the
Warming up the
traction?
tires.
How's the traction?
Track's is good so far. Just
Yeah, light up those rear tyres when you go through the next corner. And look at that, a little kink of oversteer there from Lee Finley. Car number 4, Sahara, Force India, as Vijay Mallya watches on from his cell here this evening. It's David Moyes cheering on fellow Scotsman Lee Finley here this evening under the basking sunshine of Catalonia. Just look at the way he's just picking up dirt and dust on those tyres. You know, Lee, what is your strategy at the moment?
just keeping the tires, just running warm up the tires, but that'll not help with the McLaren slowing down in front of me, so that won't be very good.
Just give him a little tap, say, oh, go on, get out of the way.
Yeah. So Lee Finley is going to take us through a lap on board, fully commentated. Lee Finley, the fellow Scotsman, yet to score a single point. Here we go, down the start-finish straight. Lee is all
Lost
over the
DRS.
place. That's all right. Keep going. Keep going. Come on.
It's fine, don't worry about it, you don't need it.
So how'd that feel down to turn 1? All right.
Not bad.
Not bad. So
Beautiful.
it's a good lap so far. Look at that. He's running out of track there, but he just keeps it together. Lee. You know how the brakes look. There's a red ball going off. Wow, is that distracting?
Nope.
Nope. What's happening, Lee?
It's just keeping it on the road. That's what I want. At least I'm not the first car to go off.
Oh, you
No, you're
just
doing
missed
well.
the apex there. What does that do to you mentally?
Oh, it's almost frustrating. But it doesn't really matter since I'm on the medium tire, so
Understandable. Now the brake's a bit cold. We've just seen you lock up down into that corner.
didn't lock up on my screen.
Oh, just pretend.
Just run along with it, Lee, come on. Entertainment.
Do the various
Left and
corners and
Pedal to the metal, flat out, across the line. DRS, wide open.
18.5.
Good lap, Lee. And thank you for joining us on showing the viewers and ourselves a lap of the circuit, the Catalonia. And I'm sure I speak for myself and Erin, and we wish you the best of luck this evening. And we'd like to see you at least grab some points.
So, yep, hopefully I
Big
don't
C's
become a
out.
Pastor Maldonado.
Sorry, Big C's out of the session. Big C, the 7-time world champion, out of the Catalonia circuit. Could this be his last season in the PSGL F1 League? He is out. And one man who will be absolutely delighted with that is Lee Finley, a man who could make a name for himself if he manages to out-qualify the 7-time world champion. There are lap times tumbling along. Jarno, the teammate of Lee, Tej.
Yeah,
It's not even come out yet, has it?
I'll leave this part in now so I can.
No, that's fine.
Well, best
So-
of luck, Lee, and hopefully in a few weeks' time we can look at this and think this is the birth of the championship challenge this very evening.
Yeah, right. See you.
See you later. So that was great, wasn't it, Tom? We're on board with Game of the Best
It
here.
really was. Yeah, I'll follow that here, and you call who you're with, and I'll jump to.
Yeah, with Game of the Best here. Ready here to make a name for himself. He got a podium last week out in Russia. This man is a man on a mission. A man on the move. Here we go. Gamer the best to the line. And it's not good enough. So Red Bull having a horrendous start to the session. Maxi Luca goes third in the Renault. That's a very good lap time, Tom. But who else is out there?
Who else is out now? We've got Lickle, ILRT Lickle. He's just on his he's on his outlap at the moment. He's on the medium, so he's going to be going for the harder compound. Like I've said previous weeks, you see most drivers will be putting some rubber down on the harder compound before switching to the softs or the super softs. A little touch on the lap set time by Max Luca there. Not very competitive, especially for being on the super softs. You can see above him on the mediums, Mick Sendit and AMK Z Future. So one has to speculate that he might have lifted off somewhere to make sure that his lap wasn't invalidated and that he could also go quicker on the softs, because the super softs are the lap that you want to avoid this weekend. As we look else now.
We're still with Lickle at the moment. I know lap times are tumbling down, but we'll give Lickle blocks his airtime. He did crash out of the point scoring positions last week at Russia. Obviously quite disappointing for a man of his calibre. I believe he was caught up in some contact, but you know, this is a chance for drivers like Lickle blocks to really get some more points, and he's backing out. There aren't many people on that. A lot of people.
He was setting his ERS to level 5 and he's going to go for a flying lap now.
Yeah, I think we'll give up airtime to someone else. You know, if you disrespect us like that, we'll go on board with someone else.
To be fair to him though, early in the season, Bahrain and Brazil, he was a driver on the move, and last week he hoped that was his blip. No, we'll go elsewhere.
Who should we go on board with? Because I don't want to go on board with a Force India. CC Brain.
CC Brain, the sister Ferrari.
Just look at him in the first sector. He's nowhere near starting a lap time at the moment. Is there anybody better equipped that we can go on board with? It's AMK. Going to go for another
on a hot lap, I believe.
Let's go with Abiodun.
The German, the second German on the grid.
Well, what a great driver Abiodun is.
It's lovely to watch.
Exactly. You know, we'd much rather be watching the West Ham United and the Liverpool game.
He's got a driving style that's very reminiscent of a spoon being pushed through treacle. He just feeds the wheel into the corner, lets the car drift out, let the tyres bite, and down to the DRS zone. Is he going to take this in second or third gear? You're looking not to lock up? No. One of the very few drivers so far at that tight corner not to lock up, Aaron.
Yeah, he's on a quick one at the moment. There's a Force India in the way, but Abiodun has already had some laps under his belt around the circuit. A great success in the PSGL FP League. I believe he got a top 5 finish. So Abiodun crosses the line and he goes fourth, a 10th off pole position. So not so bad. But what about AMS Kerr? This man, Tom, has had an absolute nightmare in the FP League. You know, this man, he'll be frightened going around these corners.
Yeah, especially coming up behind the Salway. He won't want anything to do with that.
No, he wasn't.
AMS. He goes into third place with a 1:17.8 as he backs off. That'll be his one lap on the mediums, I believe.
Yeah,
I'm quite surprised even. Are you quite surprised even to see nobody come out on the softs as of yet?
I am actually. I am a little bit surprised because I think the softs can go into you can really get far enough into the race on those softs, so it is very surprising. People like Big C will have to start plumb last here, I believe, because that lap time isn't at all competitive. Obviously caught out for God knows what reason. But yeah, not much happened in this qualifying session. Very boring. It's a very quiet session as CC Brain crosses the line and goes 11th, does the German in the Ferrari. And look at that, it's just not moving.
No, I mean, one would have to speculate that Big C would be quite embarrassed starting at the back. He'd be ashamed. He'd be disgraced with himself. He'll have to come through the grid, unfamiliar territory. Possibly, we're quite used to seeing him in midfield this season as a 7-time world champion. So that'll be an interesting story to tell come the race. Also, as you see, the McLarens and yet to come out. Like you said, it's been quite a boring session as far. And one of the reasons I can only speculate is because nobody is willing to set a lap on the soft shit. They're just getting the rubber down, getting a few laps on the mediums. And Lee Finley's the first to blink. Lee Finley with his new motivator in tow, Mr. David Moyes.
We'll go with Lee Finley in a moment, Tom. I'm just coming to the end of a lap on board with Game of the Best, who surely will be looking to return to the pit lane. I can't see him come around the final chicane. There he is in the Red Bull, and all hopes pegged on Game of the Best, and it's not a valid lap time for Gamer, so it's really a very, very dull qualifying session. You know, Tom, is this what, you know, the viewers deserve? Is this what the commentators deserve? Drivers driving around on a medium tyres, just not looking to blink, just getting themselves tuned into that qualifying session. You know, do we really deserve that?
No, we don't deserve that, but one can only speculate due to the highly competitive nature of this championship, having 20 drivers of a particular skill set, all very closely matched. Nobody will be wanting to give anybody an advantage. The optimum time to set a lap is obviously come the end of the session there, and you know yourself, once the track has been rubbered in, that's the optimum time to go on the softs, as Yarno Racing now comes out. The lead driver at the moment, they're on P1 in the Force India. He comes out on the super softs, which I think that's kind of, it's a bad decision. You know yourself from the race on Tuesday that the super softs do not last this race, and if you just want a bit of an advantage come the start at the front, get 3 or 4 laps out of them, it's not the way forward, is it, Aaron?
No, it's not. And shall we go on board with Cliffy? Because this man has struggled in qualifying so far in the opening 3 rounds. Let's give Cliffy a bit of airtime, because look at that lovely helmet. You know, quite gold and black. It's almost like he's copying me in my final PSGL F1 season, because I had a gold and black helmet in the runner, and I can assure you it looked better on my car than it does on his.
Yeah, a bit of a tribute to Aaron there from Cliffy with the helmet design. He actually did say in the pre-race briefing in the media that one of his favourite commentators is Aaron, and to pay respects to the 3-time PSGL champion, is the helmet design was going to be based on Aaron's success. So very nice tribute and touch to my fellow commentator.
Yeah.
I don't think they've got a shade of brown to match a helmet for me, so yes.
No, definitely not. But Cliffy here, you know, this man needs an upturn in fortune, you know. He has had a great deal of success in the PSGL F1 League. He's got multiple race wins under his belt, you know, quite a few. You know, he's a championship contender. Lost that to Ash Best because Ash Best had more wins than him. It actually finished level on points in season 19. But Cliffy still sticking around despite the mental fragility that, you know, just can't seem to escape him. And Tom, look at the way he's dancing around in the cockpit.
It is nice to see a car snake around, especially turns 1 to 3. Optimum downforce in the rear, I'd have to imagine, because that back was absolutely sticking like glue around turn 3. Obviously with the assistance of the super soft tyres there, as we see the timing border and start to turn more shades of yellow as the session gets into the twilight hours of the qualifying session now. As you see, the drivers will be going for the optimum tyre. One surprise I'd have to say in this lap, especially via RT Cliffy, is that he's chosen to go for the super softs, and he is flying with them. So one has to speculate, it could be possibly 2-stopping or dragging the super softs out for a long stint.
Yeah, and Cliffy so far on a good lap at the moment. He just needs to get a lap time on the board. I wonder what Cliffy will do. Will he go in for another set of reds? He might be thinking, hang on a minute, this lap isn't good. So if he does want to abort, now is his last opportunity. If he darts into the pits, he'll get a new set of tyres on, and that's probably a wise decision as he comes into the pits. But Yarno, does he better his lap time? No, he goes into the pits. So a lot of poker face going on.
Yeah. They're playing chicken here and they're trying to drag the rest of the drivers out on super softs, but knowing the knowledge and experience of this championship with the drivers, they'll all be too wise to that. And you can see now the timing screen does almost turn full yellow as the highest running medium runner at the moment is Ash Best. Unbeknown to us, and we haven't really noticed it, as the 2 McLarens have actually both come out. They're both lining 5th and 6th on row 3 at the moment. Marquise ahead of Squeezy.
Yeah.
Coming to the 3-minute mark now, Aaron, so you're going to have a chance to get an outlap, a fast lap, and an in lap. Let's give him the best scores. P2, very solid lap there from Gamer. Returned to form last weekend in Russia. He proved a lot of the doubters wrong, Aaron, including ourselves, especially after the first 2 rounds. We thought he might have been potentially a spent force, but he proved his critics wrong with a battling 3rd place last week.
Yeah, I'm on board at the moment with Leon, who's currently on a lap, and it looks incredibly rough. He's on the yellow tyres, but it is very rough in the Haas. You know, this man
Certainly is.
you know, definitely has been one of the most consistent drivers this season. He's scored points in every single round. You know, this man does not know when to give up. You know, very consistent point scorer, a definite improvement in form, and that's why we are so blessed to be able to commentate on this man racing in the PSGL F1 League as Leon drives to the line. I don't know what kind of line that is, but he goes fastest. But I tell you what, I think a lot of other drivers will go quicker. I don't think he got his best lap in.
Potentially looking at 16 fours.
Yeah. Well, AMS is on the lap as well. Tom, if you want to take us through the end of a lap here with AMS.
Yeah, this is a very tight section. There's the left and right. Sometimes the car can kink out, you take too much apex, take it in sixth, drop, let the front tyres and the rear tyres bite, just lift as you go through the corner, go through the gears, won't go up to eighth gear, DRS close now, down to second, down to third, be careful not to lock up, try and climb up the hill, try and grab as much as the apex as you can without taking too much, hug the right corner now, try and keep it hugged, flat on, go flat straight down, up to fifth, down to third, a little squeeze on the accelerator, try and keep it as tight and nice as possible, give yourself a nice exit coming out the chicane, pedal to the metal now as he flies to the line. Is he going to go hug the right wall? No, he's not. He's going to go straight through, and a pole position so far for AMS, a 169 in the Scuderia Ferrari. The fans will be delighted. Little Thomas will be crying somewhere, tears of joy as he wants to get down to the paddock once again this year, but AMS puts it on P1.
Amazing stuff. Now, who else is on a lap at the moment? Gamer's on a lap. Lee Finley's on a lap. CC Brain is on a lap as well. No, he's not. Sorry, he's not on a lap. I just don't know who to go on board with, Tom. There's so many people. But, what about a bit of Ash Best? Oh, look at him.
Lambo coming to the line. Lambo in.
No, he's starting a lap, Tom. He's starting a lap.
Is he?
Yeah, look at the amount of ERS he's got available.
I'm just testing you.
Fuck. Oh, sorry. Here we go. On board with Lickle, recently joining the ILR team. So he's shifted around from team to team. Lickle blocks. You know, the true definition of, you know, an esports prostitute.
Journeyman.
Yeah, he goes pole.
1:16.6.
Oh, what a lap!
The slag of the grid puts it on pole position. And ILRT Cliffy just testing a bit of off-road there. He thinks it's Carlos Sainz Senior as he now brings it back on track.
Oh, yeah, looks very
lovely.
Windy. Sorry, I've got commentary on of the Liverpool West Ham game. I heard a top hat right hand corner save or something like that. But we are on board with Gamer the Best. No, he's in the opening sector, Tom. I just can't follow the action. I don't know who's coming up where. They're all in the first sector. AMS out of the session. Squeezy goes fastest. The Squeezy session has come to an end. I don't know who else to go on board with. What about a bit of CC Brain?
Hold me, kiss me.
Blizzard goes fastest. Blizzard, what about CC Brain? Lambo goes 7th. Oh, it's not good enough. But CC Brain, the German, in the Scuderia Ferrari, flying the flag here for Germany. He's got a couple more corners to go. We do want to know where Lee Finley is as well, currently 15th.
Is it going to be Brains or Braun as he comes to the line?
Louis W goes faster. CC Brain can only manage 5th. But what about Lee Finley? Lee Finley round in the final corner here, Tom.
Come on, Lee. I really want him to do it. Well, he does something.
Jarno!
The travelling fans.
Jarno goes pole.
Wolf. Our real-life Formula 4 driver goes in pole position. He says VJ might be taking off us, but I'm still here. I'm still flying the flag for India. And he puts it on P1.
Yeah, and I'm surprised nobody's gone for the red tyres this qualifying session. That is interesting. So nobody gambling here. You know, if somebody gambled on the reds, they could have started really high up the grid.
They could have, done. Right, it's that time of the week here, and well, I leave you for a few minutes because I need a piss. I need to, you know what I mean.
Yeah, go.
Well, I'll run through the grid very quickly.
Sure, you don't want to take your piss?
Yeah, it's alright. I can hold it. My bladder's old, but it'll take me a little while to. Right then, in pole position is the Force India of Yano. Joining him on row 1 is the Alfa Romeo of Louis W. Row 2, lockout between VSR Blizzard and TTG Squeezy and the Red Bull Toro Rosso and the McLaren. Row 3, ILRT, Lickle and CC Brain, and then you have row 4, AZR Leon, the highest qualifying Haas driver, alongside Nick Sender in the sister Alfa Romeo. 9th place, the highest qualifying sole survivor from qualifying for the Red Bull Game of the Best, alongside Ash Best in the second Haas. Row 6, AMS 97 takes P11 from Lee Finley, who's dropped down in the dying embers of the session. VSR Lambo is alongside him. Row 7, Lee Findlay, our guest lap person this week is in P13. Right, it won't be long.
Yeah, fantastic qualifying session there. So we'll just wait for the cars to line up on the grid for what will be an enthralling Grand Prix. It's round 4 of Spain and it's live. So whilst West Ham and Liverpool is the main focus of the day, this will be the race to tune into. You got the 7-time champion Big C starting all the way at the back, so it'll be an interesting race. And we've got a lot of viewers in the chat here today. We've got Cliffy, we've got Flying Throne, we've got Game Freak, we've got Joshua Arnold, we've even got Cablo, we've got Leon Bentley onto the podium, even Jamie, former champion Jamie, tuning in as well as the cars start their formation lap here. And it's Yano on pole, Louis W alongside him, Blizzard in third. So Blizzard, the favourite to win the race. Yano is definitely the man in form. Further down the grid, you've got AMS starting outside the top 10, which isn't going to be a bad position to start. He'll have the advantage of fresher tyres. But Spain, as always, is a very, very difficult track to make an overtake as we wait for Tejer to return back to the commentary box. And Jamie says he wants to see a big performance from the GOAT tonight, so a lot of people cheering on Big C starting in 18th place. Let's have a little look at Big C. This man, going for his 8th title, he's sandwiched in between the Renaults, and that's not the place you want to start in. Let's have a little look at the tyre selections for this race as well. So we've got 5 drivers outside the top 10 electing for the medium tyres. So Big C looking to go very long into the opening stint, as is Abby Oden, Cliffy, AMK and Lee Findlay, the lead car on those medium tyres. But we're just going to wait for the leaders to line up on the front row, and it's Yano Racing on pole position here for Force India with Louis W alongside him. And Tom, this is a highly emotional time for all the drivers line up on the grid.
Why is that?
It just is. It just is. You're round 4. You're reaching the crunch time of this season. After this race, you will know where your season is heading. Because we are pretty much, nearly a third of the way into the season. So
absolutely, it's a key stage. It's the beginning of the European season. All these drivers were looking at this race thinking, I'm going to try and set myself up for a good European season as we get ready for the 5 red lights, and I'll hand over to you.
Yeah, 5 red lights. 5 of the best drivers in the top 5 of the grid. It's 3 lights, it's 4 lights, and it's 5 lights here under the basking sunshine of Catalonia. And it's a fantastic start there from Yano Racing. He gets away well, but is he going to squeeze Louis W? Louis W might have the high ground down into turn 1. Will he brake later? He's gone for the late break. He's going to make the move. Yano around the outside. Are they going to avoid contact? It's getting incredibly tight down there. But Louis W takes the lead. And what a race start that was. I don't know if there's any action further behind. I'm just going to have a look at the midfield. Ash Best hanging on to 10th. ahead of Odense. Oh my goodness, what a race start this is.
All pretty clean, Aaron. No wings missing I can see so far, so a good start so far for the full grid at the moment as we whisk on down the midpoint of the first lap as Louis W leads the train with Jarno Racing keen to get second place back as he has the attention of VSR Blizzard and TG Squeezy in close company.
Yeah, and I just wonder if someone's going to send it down the inside. Yana having a little look there, but is that more so to defend off Blizzard? So Blizzard definitely looking quite agitated, quite feisty. Further behind, there is changes in position there in the midfield. Looking at Ash Best and Lambo. So Ash Best has actually dropped out of that final point scoring position. He's got Maxi Luca down the inside. Oh, this is getting really tight into that chicane. Oh,
Maxi Luca. Not tough by Ash Best there. The fast start Max Luca has gained 4 places.
The lead,
so
the lead. Sorry. Oh, it's going to change hands. Jarno racing around the outside of Louis W. Louis W breaks later and says, no way, you're going to have that position. Fantastic defending there, Tom.
Absolutely. I mean, as we all know now, Jarno will be smarting after losing the position right at the start. And some more action there, Aaron.
Sorry, Michael Antonio has just scored the equaliser.
That's very good. As Max Luca, as we're there, see challenging VSR Lambo around turn 3 as we keep on board with the race leaders. As CC Brain, who's moved up 1 place from Little Blocks at the start of the race, as we have to see already when we see the front 3 getting away, even though they're all scrapping and battling with each other. TTG Squeezy just doesn't have the pace in that McLaren Renault.
Yeah, there's a car gone wide here, so Odems, and this gamer, is he going to have a look down the inside? Oh, I'm sorry, Tom, to interrupt you there. It just looked incredibly tight there, and I have a feeling this is definitely not over, this battle, as we head into the hairpin. A gamer trying to go around the outside. Nodam says, no, you've got to take the long way around this evening.
Elbows out early in the race from VSR Marquisa, and it was all last weekend and game had a bit of contact in Russia, but the Marquis will be looking at this now thinking I was out qualified. You know, I started in 15th place, I've already got up to 9th, and he is going to be very, very keen to get as far up that grid as he can by the time the pit stops come round. Well, I think we should go on board with, I'm trying to see if there's any battles, ALRT Lickle, as he looks to have a look at CC Brain. It's close enough, he's right up to the gearbox of that Ferrari, cannot get close enough to have a stab down the inside, needs to try and keep with him. It looks like he's got better traction in this phase of the track, but he does go a bit wide there, gets his foot down a bit too much. Another skim through the grid of it. If you see anything, please do shout out.
Ash Best and Maxi Luca, I reckon, could get pretty tasty here. Maxi Luca, aggressive starter. Ash Best struggling here at the race start. You know, man who he started in 10th place. He's dropped quite a lot of positions. Let's have a quick look at the winners and losers. Gaining 6 positions, Odems. Ash Best losing 4. Maxi Luca up 3. So quite interesting there. Quite interesting.
Oh, it certainly is, and as we get to the phase of the race now where DRS is going to be available, Louis W still in level 1 ERS. He'll be just trying to keep the cars nice and tight at this phase of the track, looking to run away down the pit straight. As we'll see, his ERS is going to go right up to level 4, level 5. He tries to stay away from the attentions of Jarno Racing in P2. As you all know, Jarno now, he's a very quick start. He'll be very keen to get that position back as he does go fastest lap of the race so far. He's gaining. There could be level coming down the end of the pit straight, but Louis wise to the opportunity there that he'd be giving Jarno.
Further behind is Lickle on CC Brain there. Fantastic overtake. So I think CC Brain's going to have to let that one go, but I wonder if we're going to see any other changes in position. I don't think so, because when you're in a DRS train, it's really difficult to get close to someone who's also got the DRS, and I think everybody's pretty much in the DRS except for Lickle blocks.
Absolutely. As we look now, a little look at our star of the reasonably paced car, Lee Finley this week, currently in 16th place, fending off the attention of Abby O'Dunn. He's in a Mercedes sandwich at present. As we look further up the grid now, as you see, the gap has already opened up here in between Jarno Racing and Bliss. I'm just wondering if that DRS could be broken come the pit straight, and be very keen for Jarno to get away from the rest of the grid, so when he can have his own little battle with Louis out front. The gap is currently just under 6/10, so he'll be very keen to stay out of the dirty air of Louis, look to get past him as soon as possible, because we all know here, come the pit phase with the one-stop strategies, very, very important to get out in front of your opponent.
It is, and Jarno is in within striking distance. Louis W has got to go late on the brakes. He's got to defend the inside. Jarno will have the high ground on the brakes, and oh, he leaves the inside open. A little touch there, but Jarno makes the move stick. And naivety there from Louis W, leaving that inside open. The former champion, you know, how must it feel for that former champion? He wants to be fighting for the race win there, and he loses the race lead. Jarno clearly on top form, and Louis W has to sit back in. You know, crashed out from a podium position last week after contact with Game the Best. This man desperately needs some points. He's come back from a back operation, and what a fantastic move there from Jarno.
It certainly was, and one thing that I did notice last week, and I'm sure you might have picked up on it during the stream, was that people were just getting behind Jarno and they were muscling their way past him. I did actually comment at one point that Jarno needs to get his elbows out. If he's going to be seen as prey or a predator in this championship, he needs to get his elbows out. I'm sure those drivers that, I might be new here, but I'm no mug to be allowed to overtake. I will fight you, and I will give you everything I've got as he now takes the lead back. Our pole position sitter coming into this weekend here, as I look further down, Blizzard and Squeezy.
I'm just going to stay with this, Tom. I'm staying with this only because the gap is still within striking distance here for Louis W to have a go back at Jarno. Jarno has got incredible straight line speed. Actually, no, we're not going to see movement. You see, Jarno is really good at that final corner. We'll go back with Squeezy.
Asbest, Maxiluca, different. A move change there. Asbest up the inside before the corner. Is Max Luke going to break late and try and go back around the outside of him? No, he's not, as Asbest covers him off. Yeah, you commentate, and if I was to see anything coming up near the back, I'd have given you a shout, but to go back on board with the race leaders, I'm very surprised at him, and I'm sure probably you are yourself. Sorry,
there's a Force India here, AMK and Lee Finley for 15th and 16th, just like last week. This is incredible wheel-to-wheel action, Tom. You know, AMK not giving an inch to Force India, showing a lot of respect here, Lee Finley. You know, AMK the lead medium runner, really holding drivers up here. Big C further behind, battling for 18th and 19th, for embarrassment for the 7-time world champion to be seen in such a position. You know, he will be fuming. You know, emotionally, it's draining to be in that type of position.
He could potentially be crying in the car room because he is the poster boy, his PSGL, as we all know, so he'd be quite embarrassed, I'd have to say, at this point of the race. But as I was touching on there, as you know yourself, once you take the lead, it's very key and paramount to run away from your competition, but Jarno's been unable to do that, as he still has Louis W down the straight, within striking distance. The gap's down to 4 tenths. Is Louis W going to phone up the inside? Let's stay on board with this, and he is, you know. He just doesn't get close enough. He was going for it. He was just letting Jarno know that he's still there. He's still battling with him. And the front four certainly have broken away with him.
Yeah, we're just going to go further behind. CC Brain still on the back of Lickle blocks here. Lickle has got to go defensive. He leaves the inside open. Gone. Oh yeah, lovely jubbly. But CC Brain, the wall. He's gone. But CC Brain is the man who's just gone past Lickle blocks. So Lickle blocks struggling. I wonder if his tyres are starting to overheat. Here's a track where your tyres can overheat very quickly if you don't take care of them. And next to have a go is McSendit. You know, you could mistake his name for something on the McDonald's Super Saver menu, but will McSendit be sending one down the inside of Lickle blocks here? No, he thinks better of it. So it's brilliant racing. Further behind, Odems making a ballsy overtake on Leon for 8th place.
Wonderful start by Izadat. Odems is certainly made his faster car count in this early phase of the race. I just have to wonder, is it Lickleblock's issue that the front four have managed to get such a gap ahead of the rest of the fielder? Now this could be a move for McSendit to McSaver as he looks to try and send one up the inside of Lickleblocks. He's close enough to send it. We all know he likes to send it.
No, not in a DRS train, Tom. It really is hard. You can't get out of it. One man who can is Big C here, trying to go around the outside here of Cliffy, and Cliffy says no, take the long way around. Big C will not want to spend one more moment behind Cliffy here. And McSendit, sorry, we'll go back to McSendit. He's going to go for it, is he? No, he doesn't. Lickle locks up slightly, but yeah, no movement there. So quite a sombre start to the race. Everybody behaving themselves, but we have lost Maxi Luca for Renault.
I'm trying to have a look later on, just to find out what the reason for that. It didn't look like he went in the wall at turn 3, could have been contact with Rash Best, but it looked like Mick said it, he's looking right at the back of the little block. It looks like he's going to send it, or he's letting him know he's there. It looks like he's just letting him know he's there. Interesting phase of the race now, wherein we are potentially looking at the first pit stops. This is where you're going to be looking for the undercut. Who's confident on the mediums? Who's going to bite? Who's going to bite first and take the pit stop? I have to presume that it might be Licklebucks. He's struggling on those softs. Yellow flags in sector 3.
AMK, Lee Findlay.
AMK
and Lee Findlay. So the race lead's about to change hands here, I believe. Yana has got to go incredibly defensive as he defends the inside. Louis W, he's going to have to make a move around the outside. Yana will brake later. There will not be an easy way through here. And Yano just has to park it on the apex. Louis might not get the momentum in the dirty air to pose a threat. And no, he doesn't. Further behind, you've got AMS and Lambo fighting for positions, but it is the top 3 who are engaging in some conflict there.
Well,
but yeah, what happened to Lee Findlay and AMK? Was there some contact involved? No, they look fine, but yeah.
I believe there was some contact in the run up the hill post the hairpin. I think they just got alongside each other. AMK tried turning Lee Findlay and he sent himself spinning around. Unfortunate as well. Last few races though, they have been battling between the pair of them. And I must say, Aaron, it's a testament to the quality in the race in the league when you have such successful drivers lining up from 13th to 16th. You have previous champions, previous winners in Asbest, Abbey Dun, Cliffy and Big C currently 13th to 16th. So, not exactly a change of the guard as such, but just showing how competitive this grid is, as Yano Racing is sliding everywhere.
And guess what, Tom? Squeezy has joined the affairs. So somebody pits here, they could perform an undercut. You know, whoever blinks first out of these top 4 drivers could be in for a real treat. And Louis W here has got to put Yano under threat. Blizzard also up in the ante, but here we go. Can Louis W do anything? No, he can't. Not good enough, not good enough. But what about McSendit? McSendit on Nickel? No, just really conservative. These DRS trains make it incredibly difficult to make a manoeuvre as we turn our attentions back to the front.
Big C up the inside of Cliffy, Aaron.
Yeah.
The move for 15th.
Yeah, we'll have a look at that in a moment. Yeah, brilliant stuff from the 7-time champion. But we're going to go on board with leaders. Look at that. Sorry, further behind is Lee Findlay. Lee Findlay making a move on Cliffy. Sorry, I just missed that. Lee Findlay making a move on Cliffy. Fantastic.
A start in a reasonably paced car today, Lee Findlay. He gets the move up the inside of LRT Cliffy. Actually touched on just before him, but with regard to the pit stop window, one would have to speculate if Yano Racing's going to put himself in for competing for the race victory, he needs to pit because he's struggling everywhere on those tyres. I imagine it might be this lap or the next lap, but you have to guess as well that the gap between himself and the lead medium runner, because we all know yourself from experience that you do not want to be stuck behind the medium runners because they will knock out of the way. They've got their own race and for themselves.
Yeah, I think it's going to change hands here. It's going to change hands. Louis W here looking to make a move on Yana. Yana goes to the inside. He's got incredible top line speed. And look at that. Louis W returning the favour on the position that he lost. Goes down the inside and says, I'll have some of that. Takes the race lead. Louis W looking after those tyres much better. And now I believe Blizzard will have a go as well. Is he going to go for it down the inside? He needs to clear Yana because Yana is struggling on those yellow marked tyres as AMS pits first.
It's certainly a key point in the race now, Aaron, where Louis W, the faster of the front 4, looks like to kick his legs into high gear and look to try and run away because the pit stop window is open and you'd have to speculate for Blizzard to battle for the win. He needs to clear the slow running Yano at this moment. And he'd be looking now, be thinking, the pit strategist would be number crunching, try and find out when would be the best time to pit and come out because you do not want to be stuck behind a car while your rival ahead runs out far and away. But as we see, TGG Squeezy also joins the battle, and isn't it all just a fantastic advert for the championship when you have 4 top quality drivers racing so close to each other, no contact, no misdemeanors, just 100%. As Louis W pits, everyone pits, the front 4 pit, they've all covered each other.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. Who's furthest down the pit lane? Oh, look at that, they have to really slow down. The Force India of Yano is in a really good position here. The Yano is in a fantastic position. It all depends on whether there's a car behind him who pits. No, he gets out well. Is he going to undercut? Is he going to get the undercut on the Haas driver? I believe he is. He is. No, he's not. He's not. What the fuck is going on here?
TTG Squeezer got held in the pits there, unfortunately, so he's lost a lot of time to the front three. So he looks to try and recover that.
They've come out behind AMK. So Louis W has got AMK in between himself and Yarno. This is crucial as Lee Finley and Ash Best are battling hammer and tongs. And David Moyes in absolute disbelief as Ash Best hangs on to his position. And Lee Finley can't get the move done. Surely he will sooner rather than later.
Surely the window now we're in, as you can see Lee Finley on the mediums, all over the back of Ash Best on the super softs. But touching on the battle for the lead and the race win, do not go anywhere, do not adjust your set, stay on board with us for live coverage of PSGL F1 Round 4, because this race is coming alive. 12 laps out of 33. Net leader at the moment is Louis W.
That's actually interesting now, because he got 4 drivers pitting together, Tom.
Contact to run.
Oh, who?
AMK.
Yes.
Good touched.
Come on, what's going to happen down this straight? AMK has to defend. He's got to make a name for himself in PSGL. He cannot afford to let the race leader go. If AMK wants to make a name for himself, he's got to fight for this position for all he's worth. Don't leave that inside open. And Yarno goes on the grass. You know what? If somebody tried to make a move like that down my inside, I'd say no way. I'd leave him on the grass. And AMK being swallowed up here. Absolute defeatist. He's going to have a go back at Blizzard, is he? No, he doesn't. And unfortunately, a lack of fight. But Lee Finley, one of the highest medium runners, and Big C actually doing really well. He's putting Abby Oden under a lot of pressure from the back of the grid.
Absolutely, and then for the medium runners who started on the mediums, it's very crucial now that the rest of the cars around them do get caught in traffic, so they can, make the most of the grip they do still have left in the tyres, because they are only 12 laps old. They can average 22, 24 laps on them, so it's going to be interesting as the race opens up once the pit stop phase is out the way. We'll obviously then get a clearer picture, but it was absolutely paramount for Liano to get through AMK as a future. Dubious, potentially, because AMK got run off the track. Potentially could have defended a little bit more, but in the main scene of things, do you really want to overfight knowing that later on it could be for position? Me personally, no. I would not fight for the position, but if you knew it was coming back to you later on, potentially maybe. As we see CC Brain pitting a lap later though, Aaron, so he's going to be the big loser here.
He's going to lose a lot of positions, but I am on board here with Big C on Abby Oden, and I'm incredibly perplexed as to why Big C didn't go to overtake. He goes for one down the inside as a 7-time champion, and he can't make the move stick. But I think Big C should have gone in overtake down the straight. He's got the measure of him as Lee Finley starts to close up to the affairs, and this could get really juicy, really juicy as the race leaders come up to the back of these Gagala cars. CC has just come out behind Odems, and look at them, they're actually battling here. You've got Lickle trying to make a move around the outside. Fantastic stuff. Lickle's been forced off. Oh, there's contact, is there? No, they just hang on and having a move down the inside. It's Gamer the Best. Oh, this is a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in game in the best position now, you'd think, on you go, boys, keep fighting, because I'll quite happily pick your positions off when one of you get knocked off. And CC Brain double moving there as he tries to defend.
It's right. Lickle. You have to do that. You can't go down the inside that corner. And Lickle Block's being rightfully forced off. You can't make a move like that off the track. He's got to get that position back.
He's coming back at him, Aaron.
Yeah.
He's coming back at him, and CC Brain goes straight through. So
let's have a look at the race lead changing hands. I don't care if they make any contact. Let's look at that. Big C, phenomenal move from the 7-time world champion. But we'll go back to the Gagala cars that we were with. Cheers. It looks crazy. Look at them, Tom. Take us through this.
The CC Brain now is going to be the lead car of this train, the CC Brain train, as he's moved across. Nickel Blocks is quite late to get out from underneath him as he goes around the outside. Just a little lift through the corner. A fantastic move from Nickel Blocks as CC Brain quite ridiculously just almost yielded him. So yeah, it's not the kind of racing you'd really look for. So Ferrari will be questioning about that, as Gamer the Best is now bringing the attention to the CC Brain as he goes round the outside. The CC Brain going to break late to fend him off. He certainly is, but he locks up. Good Gamer come back underneath him.
Yeah,
depends the traction of that Red Bull. Is he going to go for it? Looks like he could be going for it, Aaron. There's a little bit of contact there. Front to rear tyre, there's only one winner there. as we now try and catch up with the net leader now, as Louis looks like he's got 2 seconds over Jarno Racing at the moment, but there's still a long way to go, and as we almost reach the halfway space of
and
the
Leon.
race.
Leon going down the inside here. A game of the best. There's a little bit of contact. Oh, probably needless. And Tom, it is really heating up. I do want to go to the battle up front because this is going to be an important move here for Louis W. Very good friends with Cliffy. Will Cliffy hold him up? Cliffy has got to fight for himself. He's not going to score points where he is. He's got to fight. He's got to fight, and he's got to show that he can fight. This man needs to know, if you can't race to win, race to spoil. That's the motto, and that's the motto that Cliffy has got to deploy here. He's got to defend. He's got to take the inside. He's got to take the inside. He's got to defend like his life depends on it. Here,
He
Tom.
certainly has. He certainly has a run because he's upsetting the potential race winner here. It looks like he's going to defend it. Absolutely defend your position, because you never know. Come later in the race when you make your first pit stop, then you could be back in contention. This is all playing in the hands of Jarno Racing. He's watching this and he's thinking, on you go, boys, because I'm just going to catch up and I'm going to potentially look to try and get my P1 back off Louis W. But as we saw early on here in that train, it was almost like Panic at the Disco. Everybody very keen and eager to get nick positions, and that's what we love to watch in this commentary booth. And on the inside goes Louis W. Does Cliffy have enough traction to get back? They're still side by side, but no, he thinks better of it.
It's a bit weak.
Yields.
It's a bit weak, Tom. I'm sorry. It's a bit weak. You don't leave the inside like that open. You fight for all your worth. But Cliffy's running his own race. Will he fight as hard against Jarno there? Cliffy having a poor run. This should be easy meat for Jarno. Despite the fact that Cliffy will have DRS, this should be... Jarno should be in the prime position here. He's got overspeed here to make the move, and he is going to do it.
Overtake him before the end of the pit line. As it looks here, as Jarno goes straight through, ILRT Cliffy there. No need to fight because he didn't have the traction, he didn't have the pace, and Jarno sets off full steam ahead for himself. And next up for Cliffy is going to be VSR Blizzard, as the race has definitely opened up.
AMK and Odems, they've collided. I tell you what, these guys were enemies in F2, and AMK making a name for himself, yet to score a point this season, and out of the race, I believe, Odems. Look at that, the man having an absolute mare. I don't know what's happened there, but I can imagine there'll be some feisty moves as he leaves the session.
On his left, leaves the session
didn't even leave in the pit lane.
Besmirched and disgruntled there, and as he DNFs, unfortunate for spectators and ourselves.
On the track, if the safety car comes out, Tom, I think that'll be ridiculous.
Well, I think might be words from the stewards there, retiming intensely on purpose. I think if you look at the rules, that could potentially be a penalty for the next race, or dependent who reports that. But having a run through now of the grid. In P1 we have Big C from the back in the Red Bull. P2 ILRT Abiodun in the Mercedes. In third place, our star in a reasonably paced car today, Lee Finley in the Force India. In P4, the Sauber net leader in Louis W. P5 Jarno Racing in the sister Force India, as ALRT Cliffy gives way to Blizzard, swapping from 6th to 7th place. And in 8th place, the lone McLaren Renault of TGG Squeezy. 9th in the Mercedes is Lickleblocks, and 10th is the German CC Brain.
Yeah, every point's precious. I just wonder what's happened to AMS. The man obviously shell-shocked after Tuesday night. Oh, fucking hell, man. Oh, cheers. Sorry for my language. But yeah, AMS struggling here this evening. Tried to go for the undercut, it didn't work. But he is ahead of Ashmes, and at this moment you're just racing for pride. But definitely the events of last Tuesday scarring this man around the Catalonia circuit. He's not enjoying it, is he?
No, he's not at all. There's possibly a sign of a bit of fragility there from his performance last Tuesday night when he got a bit overly vocal, some might say, post-race, as AMK's future comes out the pits once again. AMK's future, he appears to be his own worst enemy here, and he picks fights with the wrong people and ends up losing a bit of template. So food for thought entering Monaco next week.
And we're seeing Big C. Big C's in leading, but it's Lee Finley going to make a move on Abiodun. Is it going to be around the outside? Oh, it looks great. It's great.
Go on, Lee.
Lee Finley, can you do it? Come on. Oh, yes, get it.
Brilliant. David Moyes, fist clenching in the Force India garage with his pink kilt on. Delighted motivational speaker for Lee Finley, as ILRT Abiodun had absolutely no answer to the Force India, as he comes under the pressure now of Louis W. And Louis W. will want to get past Abiodun as fast as he can, so he can get after the lead Force India of Lee Finley. But could Lee Finley be doing a job for the team here, Ewan? Could he hold the train up to allow Yarrow Racing to come close to Louis W? I wonder if they're in the same chat party. You know, you have to wonder these things, Ewan, because, you know, in the long run of things, if you're a team, you're going to try and help your teammate as much as possible.
Yeah, but
so that'll be one to keep an eye on.
But if I'm racing for myself. It doesn't matter if Big C's behind me or whatnot. I will race for myself, like I always have done.
Even if it was me. Shocking.
Yeah. Even if it was you. And Louis W, car number 99 in the Sauber, copying my race number. As Abiodun hits, as does Lee Findlay. So a fantastic.
That plays into Yano's hands, Ewan. He's going to have a run at him in the first corner. Louis W has had a nightmare first 8 laps coming out of the pits, and Yano Racing's closed down 2 seconds as he goes round the outside. The Force India is going to keep his wheel in as he takes the position for the potential race lead. And what a move from Yano Racing, fantastic. He got the bit between the teeth, put the car around the outside, and he said, the onus is on you, Louis. If you want to take me out, you take me out, but I'm coming through whether you like it or not, into P2. Fantastic move from Yano Racing. He's definitely so far this race been the star of the race.
He has. And you know what, Tom, whilst that was going on, Lee Finlay and Abiodun have just pitted onto the yellow marked tyres, and Lee Finlay currently rejoining in 13th place. So if those tyres have got a bit of pace in them, we could see Lee Finlay making some moves later on. But Louis W cannot afford to give up this position. Big C will now be notified that Abiodun and Lee Finlay have pitted. If Big C pits now, he will come out in that battle for the final point. So the 7-time champion who started plumb last still has an opportunity to score points. One of the fewer drivers who have scored points actually in all of the opening 3 rounds. But
absolutely, and
there could be a move here.
Potentially took the race to himself.
There could be a move here. Louis W, no, I don't think he'll have an opportunity to put Jarno under pressure. Jarno's got a lot more top end, so this is going to be quite static. And while it is static, Tom, we're just going to go on board with Big C here as he brings his car out of the Red Bull garage. If you look there at the bottom right hand side of the screen, you can see a lot of cars marching down the pit lane here. Big C will come out right in the midst of that Lee Finlay tussle. Oh, he's got to come out in front of Lee Finlay. He does not want to be behind. And he loses a position to Lee Finlay, who times that undercut to perfection, and this will give him that platform to potentially put in a challenge for that final point. You know, everybody is cheering on Lee Finlay here tonight. You know, Lee Finlay needs a point, whatever way it must come. David Moyes-esque, but it is going to be...
Potential change for the leader, and I'm sorry to interrupt.
Sorry,
Yano Racing, it goes wide, coming down to the hairpin now. Is Louis W going to have a look? No, he's not. The status is still very much coherent. It's the same as it was after the first 10 laps. You've got a front 4. TTG Squeezy out of contention somewhat now. VSR Blizzard, Louis W, Yano Racing. The problem I have now, Aaron, is that Yano Racing, he can overtake, but he cannot overtake and run off into the distance. He's still being held in the DRS by Louis W, who has not been able to escape the clutches of defeat so far, as Louis W gets right into the slipstream, gets right into the dirty air. He's going to be travelling as fast as he can to get up to the back of that Force India. The Force India of Yano rightfully says, if you're going to pass me, Sunshine, you're going to go around the outside. And Louis W makes it stick.
He's
it's got from the inside. He gets inside line. Looks like he's yielded there, and looks like he's given the position back, but he's coming back underneath him now. Fantastic wheel to wheel.
No, not in my opinion, Tom. I don't think you can make a move like that. He went off the track to get the move done, and then he got the slingshot back at Lee Finlay. I don't see that as a legitimate overtake.
Yeah, not coming back at him though. We weren't potentially 6 of one and 6 of one of half a dozen of the other. We can agree to disagree, but Yano looks like he's very, very keen to come back at Louis W. As Blizzard now, he sees the two of them fighting and he thinks, hang on, I want a bit of this and I'm going to get myself in contention. I've got a feeling though Yano's going to put up the inside here, Ruin. Is he going to?
Yeah,
yes,
you might as well. You might as well. Oh.
And he makes it stick, Aaron. He says, if you're going to force me off, I'm going to force you off for more, Sunshine. I'm going to take that position. Oh, fantastic racing for the lead of the race at this phase, and with 11 laps to go, and Blizzard looks very keen. It is, Evan, it certainly is.
Let us take us through this stunning entourage of cars here at the basking sunshine here in Catalonia. Louis W being mugged off. He thinks he can get that position, but every time he does, Jarno says, I'll have some of that. Further behind, we've just missed Lee Finley making a move there on AMS, who's lost 3 positions in quick succession. So the battle for the final point is well and truly alive. But when the top 3 are battling to this extent, as much as my heart wants to see the battle for the final point, I can't. And CC Brain's out. CC Brain in the barriers, and Lee Finley up into the final point scoring position. Oh, what an evening this is for Lee Finley.
Joy on the face of the jailed, corrupt Vijay Mallya as he sees his team creep into the points in the lead, and also in 10th place. Can Yana Racing take home 16 glorious points to the Silverstone-based Force India team? And Louis W, is he going to go up the inside and say, I'm going to return the favour? No, he is not, as Yana Racing covers off the inside and says, if you're going to overtake me, you're going to have to fight, you're going to have to earn it. You have to earn the right to, if you want these 16 points, Sunshine, you're going to have to earn the right to overtake me. I'm not going to give you it on a platter with cheese, grapes and a side of white wine.
And the 3-second penalty for Louis W. That is crucial now. That man, that's his resignation. That's when you know it's over. He probably won't even fight that hard. Yeah, Blizzard. Is he going to have a run? Why is he still in number 1? That makes no sense to me. He had an absolute good run. He could take the 2nd place and then go from there, but Blizzard quite conservative, biding his time. And when you're one of the quickest drivers on the grid, you don't need to rush yourself into something when you're the championship leader. No need to. Further behind, Big C's just made a move on Lambo, so Lee Finley has lost a position to Big C in that. We've just missed Big C moving from 11th to 9th, the 7-time world champion here this evening, being cheered on by Alfie Moon and Alfie and
the Moon family.
Cousin. Yeah, the Moon family.
Alfie.
Nana Moon in the studio. Thank you, Nana.
Yeah, the man in the moon. And Lee Finley drops out of that final point scoring position. I don't know if he's picked up damage and all that. You know, it's not a position he probably wanted to have lost to Big C. But Lambo certainly holding his own, trying to hang on to that final point. But we will go back to the battle up front.
Fascinating battle. We still have 9 laps to go this phase of the race. Louis W with a 3-second penalty. Looks like he could have potentially got another 1 in there as he cuts the 2nd chicane, almost a full car over it, as Yano Racing now has a gap of 7 tenths. He's got a bit of a blanket at the moment here, and he knows he's not going to come under any pressure down to turn 1 with a gap as such as it is. But VSR Blizzard watching in the wings, he's thinking, I'm going to let you two squabble, and if there's going to be any points to be taken, I'm going to take it. As Big C sets the fastest lap of the race with a wink to Alfie and a nudge to Nana, as Big C gets the fastest lap on his super soft tyres.
Running out of breath there is Tedger, and Lee Finley can't seem to make that move for the final point. He's within striking distance, but Lambo getting that run out of that final corner. We'll go back to the battle up front, but I just want to have a look at Big C. Look how quickly he's just reached the back of McSendit. This man is on a mission. This is a phenomenal drive from Big C. Given where he started, I have to say, this has been an absolutely stunning drive from the 7-time world champion.
Aaron. Rumours are is that he's on a promise of milk and cookies before bed if he can get into the top 6. So Conor McDonough flying so far in this phase of the race, as we see ILRT Cliffy accumulate another 3-second time penalty. Not what we like to see from our drivers here at PSGL. Ayano Racing now has 4 tenths over Louis W as they run round the final corner. Once again, like a herd of galloping horses, approach turn 1.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic there. Louis W has got the run. Yano will take the inside, and he will brake later for turn 1. So he hangs on to that position, as he will do for a couple more corners. Whether Louis will get the traction through this tight twisty corner? No, not yet, but we are going to go right on board with Lee Finley. We'll go on board with Lee Finley, who makes the final overtake that he needed to get into the points. So a change of position there for that final point, and Lee Finley earning his right this evening to race in PSGL F1. Unlike AMK, 47 seconds behind 15th place man AMS. AMK struggling to score a single point. I doubted whether he should be in this grid, but you know, he's not really helping himself here despite luck being out of his control. But Big C is now up into 8th. He's made a move on McSendit, and now next up the road is Leon. So amazing stuff there from the 7-time champion. But we'll go back on board with the battle up front. Tom, take us
Absolutely,
through this.
Aaron. And the battle up front now, as we see Yano Racing going slowly as he can through the chicane to try and give himself the optimum run, coming round the first corner as Louis W cannot get close enough. The gap is 4 tenths. ERS set to level 4 for Yano as they run down to turn 1. Louis W in his dirty air. Blizzard closer to Louis than what he is to Yano at the moment. They're both going to break in a line of stern, no one close enough to make a move as the run once again continues. But Louis W will be looking up to the top left of the screen. He will see there is only 6 laps to go, knowing he does have a penalty. Desperation could be the mindset of the Sauber driver at this phase of the race.
It could
Yano
be Tom.
Racing.
It could be Tom, but Lickle, and Gamer just had a little squabble. It got really heated. It's getting really heated, Tom. I know we want to go to the battle up front, but this really does look like it's heating up. And further behind, Leon, is he going to go for it? Oh, Big C's lips will be absolutely throbbing. Yes, indeed.
He was looking at the front three like a piece of meat on a barbecue, saying, "Give me that." Big Connor on the cob. As we say now, game of the best, the lead Red Bull driver. Could this potentially be tactics from the Red Bull drivers? Is he causing a train to let Big C have his way from 8th place to 6th?
I don't know. I'm trying to get a West Ham stream up and it's trying to fucking download Flash.
Oh, bollocks to that. As BSR Blizzard in P3 is closer to Louis W than he has been before. Could we potentially see Louis W's race go from shocking to disastrous as BSR Blizzard looks to have a move? No, he cannot get close enough. Oh, such a shame for the Toro Rosso driver.
Leon, Lickle and Gamer, not much happening. Big C's over the back of Leon. He's going to go for it down the inside. Leon locks up. Big C can make a move around the outside if he's got the grip on those tyres. No, he hasn't. He's going to take the long way around here. He's going to use the traction. Is he going to up the ante to overtake? He does. He's going to have a go. Cliffy's out of the race. But Big C looking to make a move on Leon. Is he going to use the grip of those soft tyres? Does the 7-time champion trying to use all he's got? He's got the high ground here. He'll go for a late breaker. And that is an absolutely phenomenal overtake from the 7-time world champion. We haven't caught his other overtakes, but this has been a ballsy drive from the back of the grid. A drive that he can certainly be proud of, as he has got little blocks and Game of the Best in his sights. Get them and he can dream. He can dream. As we'll go back to the battle up front. Tom, take us through this again.
On a prayer. And Louis W is going to be...
safety car.
Oh,
yes!
Race changing safety car. Has that been brought out on purpose by one of the drivers? As Yano Racing jumps into the pits, what is he doing as he has just thrown away the potential race win? He's given himself 5 laps to catch up to the rest of the grid. I'd have to say, what has he done there? Has he pressed pause and the AI forced him into the pits? But I tell you what, now the race winner, unquestionably, is going to be VSR Blizzard, because we know Louis W was a 3-second penalty.
Big C's up into 4th. And he's on.
What's going on?
Big C is on the ultimate tyres. So could the 7-time champion do it from last to first? Because Louis W has got a 3-second time penalty, as you pointed out. So Game of the Best, Blizzard. I think we'll have to see team orders from Red Bull. If Red Bull had, any
what is going on
of
madness, exclaimed Brian Blessed from his TV set.
I'm lost for words.
Shocking decisions here. What is going on?
A lot of them have gone for reds.
They certainly have red cards everywhere.
Lee Findley's even pitted. Lee Findley's lost that final point, so wow. So lost that point in the pit lane.
Taking a bit of a gamble there, Ruben. I mean, personally myself, I'd have stayed on the mediums and thought, you're going to have 4 laps to overtake me, but in prime position now, could team orders come into place here? And would you, if you were Game of the Best, say, Connor, you're on the quicker tyre, on you go?
100%. What I'd do, if I was Gamer, I'd let Big C go and hold up the chasing pack. If Red Bull want to leave with a massive result here this evening, there needs to be some team orders. If I was Gamer and I'm thinking, hang on, Big C's higher than me in the standings, I don't know if that's changed, but I would be fighting tooth and nail for my team. I would rather finish 11th than finish 4th if I could get my teammate the win. That's how much loyalty is needed. And Gamer pits a very odd time to make a pit stop. That's very
It's
strange.
almost ludicrous, as some might say. That's a shocking decision there from the Red Bull boys. If they wanted to get Connor past, there was an easier way to do that,
But
because
he
this
will
lap
come out
safety
in a
car...
reasonable position.
Possibly, Aaron, but you have to question the choice to do it now, because the safety car is going to be out for 3 laps. You've got another 2 laps behind the safety car, so that's my opinion on that, Aaron, as Louis behind the safety car now.
He's come out
Trying
and
to push him along.
Yeah, but the race leaders will be under a lot of pressure, so Jarno technically has got to make overtakes and he's got to make them quick. But the one man he might struggle to pass is Big C. Now, the key in this is, if you can get within DRS range and have that DRS to protect yourself from overtaking cars, that's what's going to be key here. So Big C's got to play this tactically. Does he stay within the DRS or does he not? If he passes Blizzard, if Big C passes Blizzard, he will win this race, and he will win this having started plumb last at the back of the grid. What a sensational show this is. You know, race isn't over by any stretch of the imagination, but wow, we are in for an absolute thriller. And you know what, Tom? I'm absolutely pissed off that there's a safety car, because I want this race to end, and I want to, you know, watch the rest of this West Ham game as Fabianski makes a save.
I'm slightly perplexed by the potential issues arriving from this, and although it is nice and welcome to have a safety car in some races to liven it up, you have to question, has this safety car been brought out on purpose? If it has, repercussions need to be taken against the perpetrator, because we cannot allow that standard to go on in this championship or PSGL. As an example, if you're disappointed with your race, you should not be putting the car into the wall at the detriment of everybody else's race. So that is something for the directors and potential race admins to look into, because it sets a bad example of what we stand for here.
And I agree with you, Tom. And one thing I'm going to point out is that Big C will have 2 laps to get the move done on Blizzard. He'll have better tyres, he'll have warmer tyres, but it really is going to be quite interesting here. What does Big C do? Does he think about protecting the podium? He doesn't get many. He's only had 5 in the last few seasons as Big C. So this is a position that he will want to hang on to, and he's got 2 laps to do it. So it's been a fantastic race here, I have to say, at Catalonia.
I think, knowing Connor, I think he'll be aware that Louis W does have a 3-second penalty, and I think he should have a go at Blizzard. You know what, live and let die, roll the dice, go for it. You never know when you're going to be in this position again. If it pulls off, great. If it doesn't, at least you know you tried, rather than sitting there comfortably with a podium. I think he'll go for it. I really do, and he's in the best position to potentially take his...
Check if Blizzard's got a penalty, sorry.
Oh, yes sir, would like a drink as well.
Yeah, sorry, I just wondering, because we might help us.
I don't know, you sit there, don't move. You just find your streamer and...
Is in this lap is the safety car, Tom.
Penalty, he's got a penalty, so he could win no matter what happens, Aaron.
So Blizzard's got a penalty. And Louis W. Big C hasn't, has he?
It says penalty, it doesn't say how the time, so we'll have to try and find out what the time is. So, yes, that Blizzard has a 3-second time penalty. Louis has a 3-second time penalty. Does Big Conor McDonough, the eSport Ready PSGL racer, leader of the pack, the Vader to my Sith Lord.
No, he doesn't, but the safety car is coming in as we watch the cars round the final corner. Ash Best gets a stop-go penalty for a collision further behind.
Hey, it's on you. You commentate.
Big C has just got an absolute massive run out of that final corner. He's only 5/10 behind Blizzard here, so this is going to be absolutely interesting. And as we see cars flying about left, right and centre, McSendit being overtaken by Lickle, so Lickle blocks up into 6th. Squeezy will have absolutely stunning tyres here. Jarno's had a massive run. So Big C, is he going to defend this? Jarno will go ballsy, will he, on the 7-time champion? No, he doesn't. Blizzard making that corner as long as possible. This is absolutely phenomenal. Tom, take over.
Oh, no. He's going to try and squeeze him out.
Oh, what are they doing? What are they doing? Fucking buffoons. Fucking buffoons.
And the Squeezy. Hang on there, Ruin. Potentially there's still going to be a podium as Jarno pushes out Squeezy. Connor tries to come back and Squeezy, can he? No, he's been pushed out there. The irony of that is that Gamer the Best, his teammates now come back past him. Jarno racing in optimum position. It turns out it was the correct decision to pit Aaron because he finds himself in third place with P1 and P2 and penalties. But VSR Blizzard getting a bit naughty there, trying to squeeze Jarno up against the wall. As we see Louis W, he's running and hiding. He's got a gap of 1.9 seconds. He needs to try and find 1.2 seconds. And the yellow flag is in sector 3. And what is going on further back?
Lee Finley will not leave with a point. It's disaster.
Oh,
As no longer will Leon. Absolute disaster. But we are looking at Game of the Best here. Game of the Best on Blizzard for 4th place. This could be a potential podium if Louis got that penalty. Down the inside he goes, and Blizzard's decision not to pit. Oh dear, it's a disaster.
We were questioning
yeah. We are on the final lap, Tom. We are on the final lap.
We certainly are. So, and I'm wondering, Aaron, do Jarno and TTG Squeezy, are they aware that they're potentially racing for the race win, Aaron?
Possibly, and Big C's got to defend here from Lambo. 7-time champion, got to force him off, got to open the steering up. That's how you do it as a 7-time champion. You defend, you fight your heart out. If you want to overtake me, says Big C, you do it the hard way around. And Big C, stunning drive, but it could have been a little bit more. Was he not forced? Further behind, Lickle's out, Ashbest out.
And Blizzard's gone. Blizzard's gone as well, Aaron.
Oh no, oh dear me. AMS will pick up some points, but let's turn our attentions back to the front of the grid. Jarno's going to get a podium, Squeezy's going to get a podium, Gamer the Best's going to get a podium, and Louis W taking his time around the final corner. But Louis W will cross the line first, and second it'll be Jarno, but Jarno will inherit the race victory. Squeezy finishing 4th. Game of the Best second. Big C 5th and McSendit 6th. AMS 7th, so AMS picking up some crucial points. Leon still gets a point out of that, but Lee Finley coming home with absolutely nothing again. The Scotsman 11th, no matter how hard he tries. I wonder if there'll be any stewarding inquiries after that. But David Moore is gutted as he concedes in stoppage time.
Yeah, the points we're looking at, they're going to be in the bag there for Lee Finley, but unfortunately the stoppage time winner denied him the chance of taking a point for the draw. What a fantastic race that was to commentate, and I would have to say, from my perspective, I'm not sure of yours, that was possibly the race of the season so far. So many potential winners, so many potential point scorers. I think that was definitely up there with being one of the best races so far this season, and it opens the door to a fantastic European season here. And as we've now seen VSR Blizzard and Lickle both leave the session, both very disgruntled, slamming the helmets in the garage. But now the championship is going to be wide open here, and you're going to see Blizzard will not be solely at the top anymore, so it's going to be absolutely wide open, and it opens it up fantastically for the wonderful, majestic Monaco next week.
Take us through the top 10. No teams.
Yes, as quick as I can. Jarno takes his first race win in PSGL F1. Game of the Best follows up last week's podium with another fighting podium. Louis W manages to hang on to another podium finish in P3. TTG Squeezy P4. A battling display from Big C from back of the grid to 5th. Mick sent it, another solid point position for the sole American on the grid. AMS 97, the lead Ferrari driver with 4 famous points. And you have the Red Bull Toyota of Lambo in 8th, Leon in 9th, and the sole surviving German in Abiodun taking home the singular point.
Okay, let me just invite the podium finishers very quickly, as well as Big C. So we've got Big C, we've got Game of the Best very quickly. Who else won? Let's keep these podium interviews short because I want to watch the rest of the game. So Big C, Gamer, Jarno, there's another guy who got a podium. I can't remember. It's 3rd place. Louis W, wasn't it? Right. Oh, where the fuck are they? Yeah. Come on, let's get them in. Let's wrap this up very quickly. I'll let you ask the questions. Let's just get this over and done.
Alright, yeah. So you want me to find out the penalties? You want me to ask the questions? Is there anything else you'd like me to do for you, Mr.
Yeah.
Would you like me to find your West Ham stream? Find your West Ham goal?
No, I want to.
Oh no!
If we can see now, I might as well ask as many questions as you want. Come on, let's start with Gamer. Come on, finish second.
Game of the Best, Sam. Another podium, a battling display through the grid. Tell us your feelings from the start to the end.
That was the luckiest podium in the world. But To be honest, I can't remember. Well, qualifying was just a disaster, but that's as per usual now. The race was... You just couldn't overtake because of the train and the slipstream, and getting a good exit off the last corner was near on impossible in the car ahead. So, yeah, literally it was just a train the entire time. I didn't really know when I was pitting, so pit lap 11 I think it was, and yeah, without the safety car, I don't think I would have made the end on those tyres. So that was quite decent.
You pitted though,
I
didn't
was
you,
going to
under the
stay
safety
out.
car?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I wouldn't have made the end, but I was going to pit. Well, I wasn't going to pit at all. I was going to try and stay out, but seeing how they did on the mediums, did stay out. I'm glad I did pit now.
No, it's good to watch, mate. Obviously, at the time, me and myself and everyone, we questioned the choice to pit, and obviously it paid dividends with so many laps left, and the medium tyres going off as quick as they did at the end. We move on now to our race winner, Connor. Keep yourself calm. Yano, first race win in PSGL. Talk us through it. Obviously, you lost the lead at the start with Louis W. It made for some entertaining racing between the both of you. Last week on the stream, I said that you lost positions too easily, so to me and Aaron, it looked like you got your elbows out a bit more this week. Just talk us through your race and ultimate victory.
Yeah, my start was not perfect. I had a bit too much wheel spin off the line. Then I was struggling a little bit on the softs to keeping them cool. And obviously the Blizzard and Louis were a lot faster than the softs. Then I came out of the pits, I think 2 seconds behind Louis. Pushed really hard to get back in the slipstream. And not too long after that, I overtook him for P1. And then, as I came through the final chicane with six laps to go, I think so, 5 laps to go. Yeah, it was obviously a very fast decision. I didn't know what to do, so I just pitted. It was probably a little bit more safe, but well, on the other side, I had to be really aggressive in the last 2 laps to
make the positions. Well, it paid dividends in the end, obviously, picking up the race win. So, congratulations to you.
With 2 seconds to go, I asked the engineer if he had any penalties or something. He said, and then I knew with 2 corners to go that I didn't need to take any risks.
Yeah, good stuff, Giano, and well done, Jeff, calling no penalties. So well done to Giano, and congratulations to the Force India team. A much needed race victory, especially with recent news of the much maligned Vijay Mallya being extradited from the United Kingdom to India. Conor McDonough, what a surprise result for yourself, Mr. McDonough. Obviously starting in 19th, disastrous events in qualifying meant that you crashed the car. Just talk us through your race and the battles that you had to encounter through it.
Yeah, no, it was a bit of a crazy race. You know, it was with a slow burn at the start. I was behind a few slower cars like Cliffy, but no, I think the pace was really slow. I don't have the pace of the top 3, but I think I was the 4th fastest today. So, yeah, it was amazing, really good fun. You know, obviously I won on podium, but you know, I really enjoyed it. Lots of good battles, lots of the people. You know, I was 3rd, I think, on the safety car restart, but I lost it basically. So yeah, I couldn't challenge Blizzard, but yeah, the super soft guys are way too quick. So all in all, you know, can't complain. 2nd and 5th for us. You know, kept it clean, good fun. So yeah. Can't complain, I don't think.
I was saying to Aaron at the time, you obviously stayed out and the medium runners stayed out, and it looked like you could have benefited massively, like you did with your 8-lap-old softs at the time. In hindsight now, you're obviously in a bit of a sticky position. Do a pit, do a stay out. Would you have changed what happened?
No, I don't think so. No regrets in that regard.
Could have won, actually.
Well, no, because I would have been behind lots of Lickle and all those lot, which I still beat.
No, but you could have won if the restart was better.
Yeah,
potentially. I think potentially, but the tyres were an issue and the game's a bit dodgy. It's a bit random. But you know, 5th from the back of the grids.
Amazing.
Yeah. Sounds
my driver of the day. Sorry, Tom, just to add, my driver of the day.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Sounds a bit like poor me. Moving on, you can enjoy your milk and cookies now, Connor. Yano, congratulations on the race win. Thoughts for next week's event in Monaco? Red Bull drivers, you come next. Yano, Monaco.
Well, thank you everybody for tuning in.
Yeah, cheers.
Should we end? Do you want to quickly tell your thoughts about next week and then we'll end the stream? No, let's end it now. Thank you very much. See you all next week.
Yeah.